Hey everyone, it's Paulie here with HardDrive Radio. We are in the studio with the band Red today, and we're talking about the new music that they have coming out right now. Actually, 2 songs out already, and let's start with the first one that I saw, which was The Evening Hate. What can you tell me about developing this song, first sonically and then lyrically?
This song wasn't even on the map for us. We were in the studio with our producer Rob, and we'd gone back to the studio. We did our album of Beauty and Rage to get inspired. It's just an incredible studio, incredible atmosphere, and we had 3 or 4 tracks started. And late in the game, Anthony brings this track in and he puts it in, and we're all just like,
it was on my cell phone.
You know when you know.
Exactly. Like immediately it just hit us. We're like,
hit.
We've already got some great stuff going, but then he played this song, and we're like, okay, we need to go with this one.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's one thing when I get these guys, but when Rob, our producer, does. Oh, wait, what is that? That's cool. What is that? It's his favorite. I would love doing that. Tease him. Wait, what was that? Because his brain just combusts, you know. So it's just.
Let's do a quick sidebar on Rob too, because I feel he's worked with you guys since the very beginning. I think he's produced.
He's not in the room. We're not even talking.
No, we're just talking crap about him right now.
Totally.
But I think he's produced pretty much almost all of your albums. Like, what is it about him? Like, is he just like, the fifth Beatle of Red? What is
he
it?
gets us. He just
really
gets
sexy.
us. Like the inner core.
Mike's not really joking. He's being like, we just have always something just clicks. It just and that's a very important, special thing I think when making music. And we've always had a very tight knit group of people that we write with, and they just get. I mean, we tried to branch out and write with a lot of people, and and we haven't had as much success as we've had with just us working on a record together. So. Yeah, we took one break from each other and then came back, and it was magic again. So it was, we're gonna stay with the magic.
So back to The Evening Hate, Michael. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the lyrics behind this one, and maybe what you were channeling at the time.
Yeah, I mean, The Evening Hate, that was actually coined by Randy. Randy came up with the title of the song, and it's about World War I, when the trench diggers, the bombers would come in at night, and they would bomb the people in World War I over in Europe, and they called it
Germany
The Evening Hate.
They relentlessly bombed
Yes.
day and night, 24 hours a day, and the trench soldiers coined the phrase back in 1915.
Yeah.
Wow. And I heard it in a movie, and I was like, that's
He
really cool.
He wanted to take full credit for it.
I was like, war is a very very fertile ground for a lot of cinematic emotion and just visual appeal. And I started looking it up or whatever, and I brought the idea to the guys, and this was another one of those Rob situations where Rob's like, ooh, I like that. And we stood and talked about it one day, and we were kind of having an emotional conversation at the studio, and Rob was saying, how are we going to sing The Evening Hate, though? We got to find a way to sing The Evening Hate. And it was one of those moments we call the magic, and it's happened several times throughout the last decade, and it's just one of those things where it just clicked. And the lyrics came within 3 days. We had the song, and Michael slammed the vocals, and we're like, this is the one. This is one of those magic moments. And so we were really excited when our fans heard it, and this is one of my favorite Red songs ever. So I think it's one of mine too.
Yeah, and the video. I mean, Randy.
Oh yes.
Randy had the idea for the video too as well. And
we didn't have any
it
plans
plays.
to release a video,
Yeah.
so we have a meeting with our manager and our radio and important people in our organization, and they're like, so do you guys want to do you guys have a video or anything? We hadn't even thought about it, and we were 3 weeks away from releasing the song, so we're like, there's no freaking way. So I had all these ideas and stuff, and we'd wrote a screenplay for a movie last year that we couldn't get funding from our label to do, so we put it on the back burner and everything. So I went home and started just pulling parts out of that and everything, and kind of developing an idea for a treatment for the video. And so we called all cars, man. We called everybody we knew that we'd had communication with or done videos with, and Anthony and I developed ideas for other videos and helped edit videos and things like that. So we had experience, and that's what we used to do in college. We used to make videos just for one of his classes. We used to do SNL
Night at the
skits.
Roxbury was my favorite one we ever did.
Yeah,
we did
an
an
SNL skits for the girls
skit.
soccer team. Think of how
It was
that went.
amazing.
And so I went home, and within 3 weeks, we wrote, directed, filmed, edited, and turned in the video within 3 weeks. And I don't know how we did it, but
I mean, countless hours.
yeah,
I mean, you guys, we were
I
all
think it was
exhausted
over
by the end of it.
60
I mean, Randy.
there was over 60
Had
hours of
Randy
editing.
job on the
And,
screenplay,
it was just all full ahead, and it was almost felt like a challenge. It was like our backs are against the wall. We got a Hail Mary pass. We want to come with the first song has to be incredible, and it's like, well, this song is so visual, you can just feel it. We're like, we gotta produce something. So we knew it had to happen. So we made it happen.
There's been great fan reactions on the music video. I was watching on YouTube before, but I don't know if people noticed, but there also is a making of video of, you know, watching you guys behind the scenes, and it's fascinating to sit here like watching what you guys were doing, and like there's literally people throwing like handfuls of dirt in your face to simulate bomb dropping. I'm like, at what point were you guys ever like, maybe this is a bad idea, or were you just like full steam ahead the whole time?
Nah, dude. We like to get dirty and gritty.
Well, it's funny because we didn't have a location to shoot on either. So like that was one of the things we had to pull together. And a friend of mine owns a construction company. I was like, hey man, you want to dig a hole for us? So I called him up.
Just the place.
Yeah, he dug the hole, and he's like, I know where we can do it and everything. So we dug the hole and all that stuff and brought it. We went to an Army Navy surplus store and bought all the props and everything and set it all up, man. And we're like, this has got to be believable. And
that's where Anthony's artistic, building things comes into play too as well. So
we
he
had
did a great job.
We had a lot of fun too. We almost felt like, I think we missed a couple of the shots we were supposed to get because we were having so much fun. We totally forgot. So we did some editing magic.
And kids again playing Guns in the Woods,
Yeah, for sure.
And I think there's a little bit of like a little fan service and a continuation of a storyline from a previous album in this one too, right? So when was the moment you were like, let's bring that back too, instead of just making it a straight World War I adaptation?
Well, when we left our label, we thought, well, are we starting a new story? Are we gonna, And our fans just Red has become this brand to them, and this they have this ownership over it, and that's what we welcome. We want them to feel like it's part of it's theirs, and they love the story that we started, and the story almost happened by accident, and so we thought, well, let's just keep driving in the nail. Let's just keep doing that. So we set it up that way, and it almost, the way it ends, anything could happen. So we always leave the cliffhanger, and so this was intentional for sure.
The other song that's out right now is a song called From the Ashes. And again, just kind of walk me through, how this one came together. Did it start with a riff? Did it start with a lyric?
I think it started with an idea. We, as leaving our label, the track we haven't released yet, it's called Sever. That's an exclusive. We wrote it with Keith from Breaking Benjamin, and we haven't released it yet. We're excited for fans to hear it. But when we left our label, we were recording up in Maine with Rob, and it's 10 degrees below zero. Sometimes it's as low as 30. But we went up on the top of the ski mountain. It's where the studio is right at the base of the mountain. And I mean, you want to feel cold.
Yeah, that was insane. That's where we did our photo shoot.
Yeah, so we rode up in one of those big
And you needed them.
What do you call them? The
having a very
sweeps,
Kid Rock moment with that.
Chimney
Groomers,
not the chimney sweeps.
Yeah,
groomers.
Yeah.
The run groomers or whatever. We rode up in one of those.
It was heated.
Yeah, it was heated.
That was cool.
Until you got
Dan though. Dan about died.
Not my proudest.
You don't like the cold?
Hands were freezing. Guys, stop.
We didn't know where we were going to go as far as where we were going to take pictures. We had ideas and stuff, but it was all organic. We're like, let's film, let's shoot it here, and it just kind of was metaphorical for us that we felt kind of like we were being left out in the cold, like nobody believed in us anymore, and we had something to prove, and that's not to say that people actually said they didn't believe in us, but it just when somebody doesn't want you, that's the first thing your mind thinks is, well, I'm going to show them that what they're, I'm going to show you what you're missing.
Yeah, I mean, we're independent now. We're out here doing it on our own. And so that was a big part of like From the Ashes too. It's like, it's us being reborn.
Yeah, that's what led to From the Ashes was, we ignite from the ashes, and find a way to survive. And it's just that I think this next album is going to be about this period. All of our albums have been in this period.
Well, it's something we've done for going on 13 years now, and it's like if we didn't have this, that's the first line of the chorus. We're fighting to survive. Like if we didn't have this, it's like a part of us would be dead, a part of us would die, and we're just not willing to let that happen. So.
Yeah, this music is definitely like we call it red therapy. Mm-hmm. It's music's therapy for us, and we see the countless comments and people that it's changed their lives or it's affected them in some way that was a positive, and we love to hear that kind of stuff, and that we inspire people to definitely because we've had people come up to us and give us like they've cut their wrists or something like that, or they give us their blade, like, so that stuff, we definitely take that stuff serious, and we're just glad that we can be out there to inspire people for change, for sure.
Side note, what's the weirdest thing you've ever gotten from a fan?
Oh,
We had to sign
we
baby
know this.
teeth. We say
Unanimous.
Baby
go
teeth.
right there, baby teeth.
Baby teeth. It's like,
when
hey,
they
you
do
lost
it-
this in the mosh pit.
We were in Lubbock, Texas. No, Midland, Texas. Right? We were playing with Saliva.
All I remember was the baby
It's like,
teeth.
yeah. She approached the table. She had a bag. She's like, "Will you guys sign this?" And we're like, "The bag? Yeah, sure." And she's like, "No. The baby teeth." We're like, "What?"
Like, how do you sign a tooth?
She pulled them out.
Like this tiny little.
We put a
like,
Sharpie
dot.
dot. We put a Sharpie dot on them. She put them in the
And-
bag. Yep, gone. Restraining order fell.
Restraining order was the next thing we signed.
That's the easiest one we answer every time.
That's a really
Baby
good
teeth.
one. I've never heard anything
Baby
like
teeth.
that
Yep.
before. You guys are at the top of the list now for weird stories.
Oh yeah.
Lastly, you played the 2 new songs for us today acoustically in the studio. They came out beautifully, but you also played a third song for us, which was a cover of the song "Hemorrhage" by the band Fuel. Tell me why you guys chose the song, because I think, Randy, you were telling us
This
earlier.
was Anthony's
It's one of
idea.
our favorite bands in
Yeah.
college, man. Just a lot of respect for that band, and it was a great album. And it was Anthony's idea to cover the song, but
I think that song in particular, it's just got the elements of what Red does. It's got the string arrangement. It's got the
emotional
guitars,
vibe,
It's
too.
a very emotional song. So,
We did "Breathe Into Me," which is like the person on the stretcher, and this is like very, hemorrhage, bleeding in my hands. Like totally, it just hit for us for sure.
So the EP's coming out November,
November 1st.
right? And then new album next year.
Yes, we have to turn it in very soon. So by the end of this year. So
No pressure.
We're working hard on it right now.
Excellent. 2 new songs out right now, and you guys are hitting the road in a week for about a month and a half run of tours. So make sure you check out the Hard Drive Radio page. You'll see the tour dates out there. Red, gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been a blast.
Yep.
Paul.
Thank you, man.